Good morning. To be honest, it's not morning anymore.
No, it's lunchtime. But that's fair. I mean, we didn't sleep anything before the flight or anything, so it's fine. And it is a beautiful, well, not so much for morning anymore. Truly gorgeous.
And what are we going to do right now?
We're gonna walk about half an hour to go see a museum, and hopefully we find some breakfast on the way.
Yeah, we are going to watch the Oscar Schindler Museum. If you watched the Schindler's List, you know what is he talking about. I don't know, my English is pretty bad at the moment. But yeah, enjoy. After the entrance, we got the opportunity to watch the pictures of the ancient Poland, and it was before and during the time of the Second World War. As you can see, there are different doors, and it always changes from one to another. It was pretty fun and interesting to watch. Everywhere they showed some artifacts of the Second World War or before the war. And then we also had the opportunity to watch a quick video about the central camp, about life in Poland during the Second World War. A feature that was amazing is that they added the sounds and also the realistic of the museum. It was like how it was back then. As you can see here, it is a machine gun that shoots out of the house, out of the bunker, and it's really realistic. They showed us also how a Jewish home looked like in a ghetto, and also the influence of the German. It was crazy to see that everything got like changed to the Nazi Germany, and then every place has been rechanged, and it was pretty interesting to see how much changed in such a short time of period. They showed us a bit of everything, also about the architecture of a building, how it looked like back then before it got destroyed. It was crazy how small the trains were because you had any legroom. And yeah, I show you also a small picture that we did together, and it shows us how small are the trains at the time. Something that I loved about the whole museum is the simulation of the period of time, because it shows us the voices of the trains of the train station. It showed us also how they looked like. It was pretty well made. You can also see the influence of the propaganda with the phrase "Erst siegen, dann reisen," first win and then you can travel. A random fact that I love about the staircase is that it was used in the Schindler's List movie. Another thing that was made pretty well is that they separated the Nazi part and also the Jewish part. So in the beginning, they showed us everything about the Nazis, more or less, and then they switched into the Jewish part with the ghetto, how they lived and how they managed to live with the conditions they had. At the wall on your right, you can see the letters, and those letters were often written by really young children, and it was fascinating to see how they already could tell their emotions. this is the entrance into a concentration camp. It wasn't Auschwitz because Auschwitz was pretty close to Krakow. We hadn't had the opportunity to go to Auschwitz, but it was another impression of a concentration camp. For the last part of the museum, there was Stalin and the Red Army of the communism and how they like fight against the Nazi Germany. And yes, that was the museum, and it was so interesting. Like we really enjoyed. We were there about around 3 hours, and we had much